Oof, Lynn. Lynn would like to know what has been my most favorite leopard encounter. Well, let's just have a look. Hello, little one. Oh, you are pretty. No, you're supposed to wake up and start harassing your brother now. Sorry about that, Lynn. She just turned over to face us. She is starting to look like she's a little bit more active than Hosana. A few yawns, a bit of cleaning, and her eyes are not completely shut. But Lynn would like to know, what is my favorite leopard interaction? Well, Lynn, that's a good question. But I think I've had some incredible ones over my time in the bush. Oof, now I've got to think. I think I'll make it a bit easier. I'll stick to my best leopard interactions since I've been at Safari Live. Oh, there've been so many. I mean, one that comes to mind is with Kunyuma, Quarantine's brother. We don't see anymore. He's moved further south, and he's the first leopard I found on foot as well, here on Djuma, and he had a bushbuck kill, and he'd finished eating it, and he sauntered off towards Chele Pan for a drink, and there was a buffalo bull lying in the water, and he smacked it on the bottom and then jumped up a jackalberry for no reason. And then the next morning we had him, another incredible encounter with him. I had him climbing up a really rickety old leadwood tree. He nearly fell off about 5 times, and just really being a silly cat. And of course he had that amazing personality where he would be sleeping just like these guys are, completely ignoring us, and then he would get up and snarl at you for no reason. So he was quite fun. And then of course another one of my favorites was definitely when Mvula beat up Xongile up in the tree right next to us. And how could I forget, finding these two little monsters when they were about 6 hours old was a very special moment for me. And very seldom you find leopard cubs that young. You normally find them when they're a couple of days old, but we found them within hours of their birth. Let's try to think. I had some wonderful encounters with Hosana, Xongile, and Karula on foot. I think my favorite one was I'd found where they had Karula had killed a duiker, and I was following the drag of where she took it down into the drainage line. It was really thick. I didn't want to walk straight to where it was, so I walked up on the bank on the other side, and I must have been about, 6 feet from them looking down, and Hosana looked at me and then hissed at me and then carried on eating. Karula sort of looked over her shoulder and then just went back to sleep. And that was quite a special on-foot sighting. I'm trying to think. There's just so many. I'm so lucky to spend time with all these leopards. Also, young Xongile, tracking him when Shadow abandoned him for a while was awesome, because we would find him in a similar area almost every day, and often you'd find him on a big termite mound, and as you walked back to the car to go take the vehicle in, he would actually follow you back to the car, and Quarantine's done that to me as well. And I wonder if these two will start behaving just like that. I hope so. It's really, really special when you get to spend as much time with these incredible cats as we do. Even when they're snoozing. Hey, mister. There's a possibility Karula might not even be back, and they'll be on their own for the night if she is unsuccessful in catching something. Oh, I thought he might go for a drink. No, not just yet. Come on, guys, it's cool now. You're supposed to jump up and down, run up trees, jump on each other. Now, Dan would like to know, if something were to happen, like a male lion running in here, I suppose, or hyena or something, would they have each other's back or not? I'm afraid it's the or not. That solitary cat instinct takes over, and it's each leopard for itself, especially with these two. Depending on the situation, mom might defend them to a point, but at the end of the day, quite often what happens is, if it's a really serious situation, the females will abandon the cubs to their fate, and the theory is that they can always breed again and make more cubs. Now, you must remember that in this particular area, leopard cub mortality is very high. It's about 70% for the Sabi Sands. So only 3 in 10 cubs that are born survive to a year old. So Karula is absolutely a fantastic mother. She seems to get these more cubs through than any other female leopard I've encountered. Now, it's quite lovely, especially at this time of the night, sitting here, because there's a wonderful smell that's starting to waft as the air gets cooler. Oh, hi, Bill. I'm assuming you didn't make this mistake, but it was Final Control. Why do leopard cubs look so much more cleaner than leopard cubs? I assume you assume, why do leopard cubs look so much more clean than lion cubs? But that was Kirsten who said that. Not you, Bill. Don't worry. I know. I'm just mocking Kirsten when I get the opportunity. So they generally are quite a bit cleaner as well. They're quite fastidious groomers, and also they don't eat a lot of those really big smelly carcasses, so they don't sort of climb into the rib cage of their dinner, whereas a lion cub will be in there, right in there. So they and also they take their time. They're not so much as wolfing down the carcass and fighting, and they put the kill in the tree. You will notice that it's very rare to ever see 2 leopards feeding at the same time because of that solitary behavior. And so even the female, she'll eat, then the male eat, then the female eat, and then they won't all eat at the same time. So you don't have that squabbling. And at the moment, the leopard cubs are looking very, very pretty, but some of the Nkumas have still got a bit of mange. So they could be helping them look not so lovely. And also, lion cubs tend to carry scars from a much earlier age. They get battered around by males and females at those frenzied carcass feedings. So Jerry, I'd say life's a little bit tougher for a little lion. There's lots more things to whack you around the ear. Now, speaking about how scruffy little lions look, it seems like Effia is still with those incredible Nkuhumas, so let's go take a look.